Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Darrow here with another Options to Play video update. I'm sure if you've listened to any financial news networks or read any articles talking about the stock market lately, that you've heard people start to mention the U.S. dollar and its strength a lot more frequently, right? It's just kind of unavoidable on in the news flow. And what I have up here is the chart of the UUP, which is what I track for movements in the dollar, and quite frankly, it's just been on a tear, right? The reasons for that are a few. Definitely like the Fed aggressively raising rates is contributing to it, right? And the implications of the strengthening dollar are pretty wide reaching as well, right? I mean, for foreigners and people outside the U.S., dollar denominated goods and commodities too are more expensive, right? Traveling to the U.S. more expensive. Also, and this is what's going to be really important as we get into earnings season, is that the strong dollar has implications for a lot of big multinational companies that do business outside of the U.S., right? Now, you look at the chart, you're like, okay, it's had a nice move, right? But that doesn't tell the story. Look at the weekly chart and look at where the dollar is historically, right? So I gotta even go back further. I gotta go back to do like a 9-day chart. So you can see the further back I go, right, just the bigger the move ends up being, right? Like this is the strongest the dollar has been in many, many, many years. It actually broke parity with the euro too. So um, its impact on corporate earnings this quarter is going to be pretty significant. And I mean, we have already had a high profile warning, right? And Microsoft came out. It was this day. It was June 2nd, so it was right here, right? So it's when it ended up coming back and had like a big bounce to go green. It was June 2nd, right? But if you look at where Microsoft was then, and they already warned at that point that the dollar was going to have an impact, well, right? June 2nd, the dollar was trading the dollar was trading right here, and look what it's done since then. So you can see why people are really starting to pay a lot more attention to what's going on with the dollar, because of what it's going to do to corporate earnings and some of the impact it's going to have. So as we get closer to earnings, and I mean, even like right now, I mean, some people are looking at this as like a trade on its own because it's starting to get pretty extended to the upside. But that's the deal with the dollar, right? People are paying a lot closer to attention to it right now than they normally do because of its really continuous aggressive strength. And don't be surprised, but throughout earnings season, if you see like a lot of people adjusting their guidance or adjusting their numbers because of the strength of the dollar, because it really does have pretty like wide and far-reaching implications for some of these big companies. Okay, um, so we are starting to see some numbers. It'll be interesting to start to see some positive numbers because some of like the recent earnings haven't been all that special. So it'd be nice to see like a little bit of change and start to get some beats and raises, but we'll see. We might have to wait till next week to get that. So if you like this video and you're looking for more information about trading events or swing trading with options, please follow up with the link in the description of the video for more information on options to play. Have a great night. Stay well, and we'll talk to you on tomorrow.